This show is brought to you by NMDC Group.
Oil prices remain volatile as investors assess the potential war impact, and Gitex opens with a focus on AI, 6G, and Web 3.0. You're watching the Daily Brief with Forbes. I'm Ramia Faraj. Oil prices are mostly flat this morning as investors wait to see if the Israel-Hamas conflict draws in other countries. That could drive up prices and deal a fresh blow to the global economy. Both benchmarks rose nearly 6% on Friday, posting their highest daily percentage gain since April, as investors priced in the possibility of a wider Middle East conflict. For the week, Brent advanced 7.5%, while WTI climbed 5.9%. Iraq has activated energy contract with Emirati energy firm Crescent Petroleum to develop 3 natural gas fields in the country. They have an expected production of 400 million standard cubic feet per day. The Crescent Petroleum contracts are expected to start producing the natural gas within 18 months. Officials say starting operations by Crescent Petroleum will help Iraq to stop gas flaring and use the processed gas to generate electricity. The UAE's annual tech show opens its doors in Dubai today with a focus on AI, 6G, and Web 3.0. Over 6,000 exhibitors will attend the 5-day Gitex conference. Governments and corporates will highlight the ways in which they're adopting generative AI. PwC forecasts its potential impact in the Middle East to reach $320 billion by 2030. AI in Saudi is predicted to contribute $135.2 billion to the economy in 2030, equivalent to 12.4% of GDP. Asian markets tanked today on concerns that the Israel-Hamas conflict could spread in the region and with warnings that oil prices could surge. Tokyo, Hong Kong, Shanghai, Singapore, Seoul, Taipei, Wellington, and Manila were all down. Adding to the sour mood is news that the White House will tighten rules on Chinese access to chips and chip-making equipment, maintaining a long-running security standoff. Traders now await speeches this week by the Federal Reserve, hoping for indications on interest rates. China's economy is expected to have seen moderate growth in Q3, according to an AFP survey ahead of official data this week. Analysts expect an average 4.3% year-on-year GDP growth for Q3, falling short of more ambitious projections of a sustained recovery. Authorities are dealing with a major property crisis and weaker consumption. They say troubles in the property sector have spilled over into wider consumer activity as they continue to spend a smaller share of their income relative to pre-COVID times. U.S. pharmacy giant Rite Aid has filed for bankruptcy after suffering declining sales and legal threats over its alleged involvement in the opioid crisis. Rite Aid has one of the largest pharmacy networks in the U.S. It says it's reached agreements with major creditors to restructure its debt, and it's secured $3.45 billion in new financing so it can continue operating. Rite Aid is dealing with several failed mergers and acquisitions and the consequences of the opiate crisis. And pop star Taylor Swift filled movie theaters with screaming fans over the weekend. Her concert film took $96 million in its opening weekend in North America, smashing records in the category. Up until now, the biggest domestic concert films were Justin Bieber's in 2011, which finished with total earnings of $73 million, and Michael Jackson's 2009 concert film, which earned $72.1 million in total. Swift surpassed those titles in 3 days. I'm Ramia Faraj. This is the Daily Brief. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
This show is brought to you by NMDC Group.